To my channel, Sunshine Shoulders. I'm Calvin. Thank you so much for stopping by again today. Truly grateful. On the subject of dating married women in the Philippines, that's what I want to talk to you about today. I'm going to give you the complete 360 of that. I'm not a lawyer or any type of legal advisor. I really don't know the legalities surrounding it. But on my live stream yesterday, a gentleman by the name of Sean Statzer, and I want to congratulate you, Sean, and your beautiful fiance, Rosalia. He made a comment. He says, woohoo, after 5 years of waiting and $5,000, she finally received her annulment papers. So the annulment is complete. And then the subject of dating married women came up. And of course, everybody knows how I feel about dating married women over here. It's just my humble opinion. It's just my perspective. It's no right or wrong about it. But I had a guest yesterday, a very intelligent guest, and he said one word that put me on the road to making this video. After I got finished with my spiel, he said, well, Calvin, the good thing about dating a married woman over there is you never have to worry about getting married. And I was like, started the wheels in my mind spinning. And I was like, wow, I guess there is some advantages and disadvantages of dating married women over here. That being one, because I want to talk about the pros first. And all you haters out there, Mike and all the rest of you guys, I'm not telling people to come over here and date married women. Everybody knows my stance on that, and I'm going to tell you again today. But I want to talk about some of the good things, some of the advantages, because, there is no divorce over here in the Philippines. And, your woman has to get an annulment, and most women here, the masses, they can't afford it. So they just stay married until they meet you, a dummy that comes along and spends all that money and waste all that time. But he said, Calvin, the good thing is you never have to get married again, or you don't have to get married. He said, because I've been divorced for 40 years, and he's proud of that. So I thought about that. I said, yeah, that's a good thing. Another good thing is you don't have to worry about that visa process. Going through that long visa process, it can be expensive. You taking a lot of chances with that situation. But you never have to worry about that if she's married and you get a lifelong girlfriend. Because just like the guy said, you don't ever have to get married, so you could have a living partner for the rest of your life with really no strings attached. You really couldn't have friends with benefits. But those are some real big advantages. And I don't know the legalities of it. Some guy commented, oh, you can go to jail for adultery over there. Maybe she can. But I don't believe you can because, hell, you're coming from 8,000 miles away. You don't know if she's married or not. That could be your defense. I didn't know. She didn't tell me. She told me she was single. But he said, yeah, you never have to worry about getting married. Because a lot of guys who come over here, they don't want to get married. And if you're dealing with a single woman over here, they date to marry. So that's one really, really good thing. And you could just have a girlfriend forever. But everybody knows how I feel about the subject. I say don't deal with them because you never know both sides of the story. You will never know both sides of that story. The only side you're going to know is her side, where he did her wrong and he ran off and blah, blah, this and blah, blah, that. You're never going to hear his side of the story. You don't know if he's somewhere still hurting. He could be stalking. And, of course, he's going to take it out on you. He's not going to take it out on that lady. See, that's one of the big reasons I wouldn't fool with a married woman, because there's only one side of the story. Is the husband still somewhere around watching? Because this guy's over here, they're dating married women. Matter of fact, believe it or not, and he's probably watching this video, he sent me a messenger. He's coming to San Carlos City, I believe in June, first week of June. He's going to meet one woman there. She's not married, but he's chatting with two other married women. He's like, Calvin, you never talk about married women and, you know, the ups and downs of dating married women. I said, well, I'd say, you know, I comment on it all the time because the subject always comes up on my live streams. And I said, you know, it's time consuming. You see the guy shine. 5 years. If you've got 5 years and $5,000, then go ahead. But you're taking a risk. Okay, now that she's got her freedom, who's to say she's not going to run off from you? Remember, there's two sides of the story. You don't know the other side of the story. The husband's there, remember. It's expensive. It's very expensive. And that's how I feel about it. I say don't do it. It's far too many millions of women over here who are single, who don't have those strings attached. And I don't know, it's just something about married women that I don't like. You know, maybe it's a double standard here. Me being, you know, legally married now, but, you know, I guess Marilyn could watch this video and learn something from it. But I'm a man, okay? And I didn't create the double standards in society. But there's something about married women that I just don't want to touch. You know, what I don't know won't hurt me. If I know you're married, then I know there's some man lurking in the shadows some damn where. But I just wanted to talk about this. You know, like I said, Sean, I wasn't picking on you yesterday. I guess he thought I was because, you know, actually we congratulated him. But then I said, well, damn, you know, now you've got to take that chance. She's got her freedom now. She can run off. And he said, well, you know, at some point, trust has got to develop. And, you know, and I agree with him with that. But I just thought I'd touch on the subject today because it's funny. He said that, then one of my subscribers, you know, is asking about, you know, dating married women over here, man. I say hands off, don't touch. But that's just me. The guy, what is it? I can't. Crazy Old Gringo. He's in Mexico. I had him on my panel yesterday. His name is John. Go check his channel out. Crazy Old Gringo. He was bringing up some great points yesterday, and that was one of them. He said, well, hell, you don't ever have to worry about getting married. You know, you just have a girlfriend for the rest of your life. And some guys, to them, that's appealing because these women will put the pressure on you over here to get married. You don't have to worry about that. That's just an excuse. Well, you're not married. Oh, I'll marry you when you get your annulment. Well, she's never going to get it. She can't afford it. And, of course, you don't have to deal with that visa, man. And that 10 years of financial, that affidavit of support, they don't play, man. I've got one more year. Well, I don't really care. I support him anyway. I give my son child support every single month. I support him anyway, but I've got one more year on that bad boy. That's a bad boy, and they will abide by that. You know, the United States government don't play with that. If that woman ever applied for food stamps or anything, they come after me. And child support, anything like that, they'd retro it back probably all the way till he was born. You know, they'd probably take my passport. They don't play over there with that stuff, man. So it's just some things you may want to talk about, you know, the good and the bad. That's really the 360. Remember, I'm not a lawyer, so I don't know the legalities. I know she can get in trouble if he were to file charges. He'd have to file charges. They're not just going to come around knocking on the door. Hey, are you married? Hey, you're with a married woman. And even if the neighbors and everybody know she's married, they're not going to say anything. But it's just a risk you take dealing with married women, man. You know, the biggest deal with me, it's not really the time. It's not really the money. It's that man. You don't know where he is. You don't know who he is. He could be right next door to you. She's not going to tell you. So thank you so much for stopping by again today. Again, congratulations, Sean, you and your beautiful fiance, Rosalia. And I hope, best wishes for your future. She ought to kiss the ground you walk on for making that sacrifice. Those 5 years, that's a hell of an investment, $5,000, because she would have never been able to do it. I've met married women over here before, and that's their one big concern. I can't get a divorce. And some men just flat out will not pay for that. And they're stuck. That's one of the reasons I got married in America. I didn't want to saddle my wife with that burden. See, now, I don't know why she doesn't file for divorce. We could have been divorced just like that. When I do go home to visit my kids, that's the first thing I'm going to do. I'm going to be a lawyer and file for divorce, because she won't do it for some reason. I don't know if she's waiting on 10 years so she can eventually get my pension, which I don't care. I don't care about that. I just want my freedom. We haven't been together for 4 years. I don't know what the problem is. I've always said, hey, I'll pay for it and this and that, but she always balks on that. But I'm gonna do that. But that's the reason why I got married in America. See, she doesn't realize the favor I did her. Now, if you marry a foreigner and then he goes back home, can you talk to the embassy or the consulate and maybe get a divorce? I don't know, because you're married here in the Philippines. If you get married over here in the Philippines. See, like I said, this would be a good question for a lawyer. So if you're in America, it's late, before you let your head hit the pillow, please find somebody to help. But if you're on one of them late grocery runs, beer runs, weed runs, you're just getting off second shift, or you're on your lunch break and you see somebody out in the street, buy them something to eat, buy them something to drink, give them a few dollars. If you're in the Philippines, it's early, man. It's not even 6 o'clock yet. On a beautiful Wednesday morning, Marilyn's coming back today. She's going to bring Booby. Booby's excited, get to go on the beach. If anybody doesn't know, I'm here on Siquijor Island. We're renting a place here. We still have our place in San Carlos City. I get a question like that every single day. Why would I sell that? Why would I can't lose that? The taxes I do on it in July, I will pay that, wherever it is. I think it's like 1,700 pesos or something like that. But I told the guy, he said, oh, what happened to the house? And I said, I'm renting. I still got it. I'm renting. I said, who says we can't have it all? And he says, oh, stop bragging. I'm not bragging. I'm just saying. They tell you can't have it all. You can have it all. You can live your dreams if you want. This is a dream of mine, to get up every morning, drink a cup of coffee by the ocean, on the beach. Not a day goes by that I don't help somebody over here. I want to say rest in peace to Coach Denny Crum, Hall of Famer, former University of Louisville coach, assistant to the great John Wooden in that great championship run at UCLA. He passed away. I want to send my condolences to his family. Not a day goes by that I don't help somebody over here. I'm going to help somebody again today. I do every single day, because if I don't know anything else, I know this one thing for sure. When we help other people, we help ourselves. Take care, stay safe, stay COVID-free. I'll see you next time. Stay out of trouble, guys. Let's get away from that COVID. I keep saying that because of habit, but one guy called it the outbreak. But remember, I'm not a lawyer. I just give you my little perspective. I don't fool with married women over here. I would suggest you not fool with them. It's expensive. It's time-consuming. Remember, their husband's lurking. And who knows? You're in the Philippines, remember. They may throw that law at you. You may be liable. I don't know. Who wants to go through all of that when there's millions of beautiful young women over here who aren't married and who are willing to date you and give you a chance? But there's another side to it. You never have to get married. You're not under that microscope. The pressure's not there. You got a lifetime girlfriend, a lifetime live-in partner, friends with benefits. You don't have to go with the visa and all of that and worry about her running off when she gets to your country. And then you're going to save that money. You're going to have that money. That's your money. She can't afford to get an annulment. Take care, everybody.